Good evening. Good evening. And thank you for joining me. Good evening. Did you get your tea? Are you ready to? Those who know what season it is, have you told anyone else? Don't tell them. The ones that are coming in for the first time, wanting to know what season it is, well, we're going to tell them as we bring this to a close. We're going to bring this to a close. Okay, let's get our quotes out of the way. The same one we used on Tuesday. The thing is, when I wanted you, you did not want me. And now you want me, but I don't want you. I guess neither one of us got what we actually wanted. And that was penned, and he says, "Love you, bye." And that was penned by Terry Kay. And the second one was hobosexual. Hobo, sexual. No one falls in love quicker than someone without a place to lay their head, nor lingers longer than a tax, Tax, leech. And that's penned by my friend Tamika Watt. And I asked you all this past Tuesday, have you gotten your Netflix account current? Have you renewed it? Because why? The season is cuffing. It is cuffing season. It is upon us. PSA, public service announcement. Technically, cuffing season has began. August 1st through the 31st was the beginning of cuffing season. And as stated on Tuesday, cuffing is a term based on the idea of being handcuffed or tied down to one partner. During the colder months, persons get into relationships even though they ordinarily would not be interested in a commitment. Relationships formed during this time is called cuffing and are usually short-term in nature and end once spring rolls around. Cuffing can be as simple as consistently hooking up with someone you know is not going to be a long-term partner. You know this. And sometimes even going below what your typical standards might be in the summer. Someone that you might not even entertain during the summer. Now, not to say that cuffing can never turn into a long-term relationship, but typically it does not look like your usual committed relationship. And the following labels are equated to sports, as it is all a game. It's just a game. As I said, August 1st began cuffing season. August 1st through the 31st is considered scouting. And as I said on Tuesday, remember how the big colleges go to the high schools to see who they're going to pick and who they're going to want to give a letter to come to their college? Well, same way. They're looking. September 1st through the 30th is draft season. So you've decided, and are you going to be the first draft or the fourth draft? But it's drafting season. October 1st through the 31st is tryouts. You do with that what you will. It's tryouts. November 1st through the 30th is preseason. So, just like you have preseason in football, everybody gets to play, but you have to weed out who's going to get to stay. Everybody gets to play, but we're going to see who gets to stay. hmm And as we continue to bring to a close cuffing season, allow me to give you the rest of the seasons. December 1st through January 15th, let the games begin. Cuffing season is official. So you scouted, you drafted, you tried it out. Let the games begin. January 14th, January 16th through February 13th is playoffs. You know how it is when it's coming up on the big game, right? Playoffs. Then February 14th is the championship game. That would be the Super Bowl. And February 15th through the 14th, debate spring break. Who is going to be traded? So if your team lost, well, we're going to see who's going to stay and who's going to go, right? So that's that debate going on. March 15th through April 15th, resign or spring break. You have been traded, or you are that tax leech and you linger a little longer to reap the harvest of a tax refund. Don't act like you don't know. You know exactly what I'm talking about. April 16th through July 31st, officially, you are uncuffed. You stayed long enough for the tax refund to come in, and you've reaped the harvest. And now, you out. I'm out. Now, I had given you on Tuesday some signs that you might be cuffed. Here's some more. Know when to set boundaries. Many are uncomfortable in setting healthy boundaries, but it is imperative. If your gut says you might be in a cuffing situation and you are not down with it, it is incumbent upon you to say so and find your no. Don't get caught up in the ooh la las. You know what I'm talking about. Gentlemen, she drops you in your DM. I love me some of him. You know that song. And you hear it. And it says, I love me some him. And I'll never love this way again. Are you hearing? This person didn't want you when you wanted her. But now she's saying, I love me some him. Or she puts in your DM, the closer I get to you, the more you make me see. The feelings come over me, pulling me closer, sweet as the gravity to you. You know. Now that may be too old for you, but you know, right? And ladies, I'm not just talking to the men. He puts it in your DM. Hours and hours. Yours, mine, ours. I could do this for hours. Sit and talk to you for hours. I want to give you flowers and champagne showers. Don't listen. Don't listen. Run, Forrest, run. Or he puts it in your DM, if only for one night, and he puts Luther. Now you know what that does, right? Let me hold you for one night. Hold you tight. Let me keep you near to ease away your fear. It would be so nice if only for one night. Well, it's never going to be for one night, and you know it. You get caught up in the ooh la las, in the ooh la las, and your flesh starts to speak loud, and you have blinders on that are impairing your vision. Hold true to your boundaries. Boundaries are for relationships, family, and friends as well. If inquiring minds, family, and friends want to know if you are bringing a plus one to any upcoming events, keep in mind that you do not have to meet their expectations. Be proactive and set boundaries at, as the season begins. Enjoy it for what it is. Enjoy it for what it is. If the two of you are on the same page with a clear understanding, I'm inviting you to an event. I am inviting you to an event. There is not going to be a spend the night because we got back home late. That's not happening. And definitely no cohabitation. No, that's not going to happen. It is only a date. It's just a date. And of course, grab your pearls. And of course, take safer sex precaution. Miss Donna said it. And of course, take safer sex precautions. Now, I would never, ever condone premarital sex, ever. But if you're going to take this journey, if you're going to be a part of tryouts, and you know what I mean, please be smart and take precautions, because there are things out here that only Clorox can wash away, as well as there are some consequences that will be with you for life, or at least until 18. Now, go ahead, catch a breath, get your tea, and let's find out what the Life Book has to say. The Bible, because it does speak to this season. You ready? Okay. I'm going to be reading from the Amplified. Titus 2. It says, in a similar way, urge the young men to be sensible and self-controlled, and to behave wisely, taking life seriously. Though it says young men, it's both parties. Be sensible and have self-control. Behave wisely. Take life seriously. One of the hardest parts of being single is to master self-control, because of our fleshly desires, it is easy to want to give in and do what pleases our bodies, right? But the Bible wants to remind us to remain in self-control, to have self-control. Be encouraged to have self-control. So if we're struggling with lust, and don't act like it doesn't happen. You've seen it go by this summer, the hoochie daddy shorts, or the dress all the way up to yonder. You've seen it. And though you may not have spoke out loud, have you seen it's a reel on Instagram? It says that little dog says, "Can I pet that dog?" You had that It ran through your mind. Can I pet that dog? Yeah, you did. And that's where we have to have accountability partners because we are all human. We are all human. I'm telling you all about cuffing season because after my divorce, I was a part of a teaching church, Bethlehem Baptist Church. And I joined their singles ministry, not a singles club. It was not a hookup place. It was a singles ministry to help us to maintain self control. And we were each other's accountability partner. I was president for 5 years of this singles ministry. That's what we need. I don't know if they're on here, but I have some accountability partners that probably on here. If Miss Priscilla's on here or Miss Barbara's on here, Tamika Watt that I mentioned, Vanessa, yeah, they're my accountability partner. And you're saying, well, you're soon to be 68, and I'm still warm blooded, and I need to be corralled sometimes and put in time out because I am human. That's the reason why the Father made it so that intimacy was in the confines of marriage because everything that He made, He said it was good. It was good. And us in our singleness, we can't just have one. We're going to have to go back to the well more than once. But He spoke against that. So He stipulated that it would be in the confines of marriage. Yeah. And the next scripture is Romans 12:1. Again, I'm reading from the Amplified. And it says, therefore, I urge you, brothers and sisters, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies, dedicating all of yourselves, set apart as a living sacrifice, holy and well pleasing to God, which is your rational, logical, intelligent act of worship. Which is your rational, logical, intelligent act of worship. He or she didn't want you when you wanted them, and now they want you. You're intelligent. What part of this do you not understand? Well, if you didn't want me then, what makes you think I want you now? And all of this dropping into the DMs, that's just a thirst trap. A thirst trap. So are you falling for this? I surely hope not. And the last scripture is 2 Corinthians 6:14. Again, amplified. It says, do not be unequally bound together with unbelievers. Do not make mismatched alliances with them inconsistent with your faith. So you know what the Father has said. He said, present yourself as a living sacrifice, well pleasing to Him. So this is the reason why. He said, do not make mismatched alliances with them inconsistent with your faith. For what partnership can be righteousness have with lawlessness? What partnership can righteousness have with lawlessness? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness? It can't, right? It can't. You are his representative. Remember that. You are his representative. Now, I thank you all for sitting with me. I really do. And next week is my birthday, and I will turn 68. So I am not planning to see you all back until October 4th. So I will not be here for Tuesday or Thursday. I'm going to start to celebrate. Yes. 68 years young. But I hope that when the 28th rolls around, you all stop and have a glass of tea or a glass of wine. I like white Merlot. Or a piece of cake. Come off your diet and celebrate with me. I hope you all have a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend, and until October 1st, for you, me. October 4th, October 4th, for you, me, and tea with Lady D at 5:30 Pacific, 7:30 Central, and 8:30 Eastern. You all have a wonderful night. Good night.